gentlemen. First, happy Friday the 13th.
Ironically, that's my wife's lucky number, Friday the 13th.
In your years at Oklahoma, Wake Forest, North Carolina, did you have any impressions of Mississippi State as an athletic operation? And now that you've been here for about a day, have any of those impressions changed?
Sure, clearly as a fan of college athletics, you look around and clearly with what the SEC conference has been able to do, you always look at it. And we've always been a great family of watching other players. I remember watching so many times playing players like Dak, like unbelievable talents. How do you do that? Remember watching the Egg Bowl growing up as well. So we've always been a big fan of Mississippi State athletics from afar. And I think all of our feelings have been confirmed even more so once we got here. The people, the history, tradition of Mississippi State. So we're very, very excited to be here.
Zach, obviously it's noted what your family means to Oklahoma and kind of what Oklahoma means to your family. So I guess kind of a follow up on that question: why leave Oklahoma and come to Mississippi State and be the athletic director?
Yeah, great question. Thank you for that. I think we always look at college sports as just how can you make an impact. And again, going back to what happens at the intersection of higher education and sport, it doesn't matter where you're at, but it matters the people and the environment you're at. I mentioned my three older sisters. One of them played basketball at Oklahoma, one of them played at Baylor, and then transferred to Fresno State, and one of them played at Trinity University in San Antonio. I went to Wake Forest, so all spread out, but the results were the same, the life-changing principles. So when you look at Mississippi State, it's got all the ingredients here, so we can have an unbelievable experience for our student athletes. And after talking to Dr. Kim, and the rest of the members of the search committee, it's a no-brainer. It's about the people, and just fired up about the impact that we can make here within our conference, but also within, on the national scale as well. Told you. You took the governor off, and there she goes.
I think that's hers now.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect. My question was going to be about when you were ringing the cowbell. You said, "Mom and Dad, it feels like Christmas." Can you kind of sum up, if possible, the emotions you're feeling today?
Man, a lot of emotions, and can't even describe all the emotions, but they're all good. Again, we've just been overwhelmed by everybody we've met, and started yesterday with Charlie Dana, and Rachel told me last night, like, this is home. And sometimes it takes you time to get acclimated to places, but it hasn't been that. And we got on campus yesterday and just walked around and going through campus this morning. It's unbelievable the pride that you have here. So we're just so excited to be here and know, lots of emotions. I'm sure it'll settle out at some point. But right now, if there's one word I can say, it's just grateful, and really grateful to be here.
Dr. Keenum had mentioned, the pause in the search after the tragic death of Mike Leach. I guess from an outside perspective, what were kind of your impressions of Zach Arnett and kind of what this staff has been able to do, as they kind of get their feet in and start putting the staff together, ahead of their first season with Arnett at the helm?
Yeah, really impressed by, one, the leadership that Dr. Keenum and Brackey and others showed during that transition. Have known Coach Leach for a long time, and just heart goes out to the tragedy that happened in his entire family. We sent a couple planes over when I was at Oklahoma. Sent a couple planes over just because the impact that Coach Leach had on so many people. So when you go through that, I think the stabilization of what Coach Arnett's done has been fantastic. I really look forward to getting to work with him. We texted this morning, and so once he gets off the road and I get back, we'll spend a lot of time together to figure out how we can not only stabilize, but how we can thrive. And we came here and we're gonna have bold expectations and really optimistic that we'll put a great plan together, how we can both get there together.
You mentioned getting back. Just talk about what the timetable is for you to get back and get this thing going.
It's a great question. Probably better ask Rachel. She'll probably say, "Stay here." No. We'll be back very soon. So we gotta, like anything, you want to make sure we handle business the right way in the transition. But and clear with the girls being in school, figure out the right time for them in the next couple of months. But I'll be back very, very soon. I'm excited to get to work and Yeah, one thing, I remember growing up, Dad always told us, like, we're outwork everybody, so it's not in our DNA to not work at it. So